Hey guys, and welcome to this live stream. It's Olga Sorokina here, and today it's going to be something amazing because we're going to draw an interior sketch in one-point perspective. So I call this, let me put my password here. By the way, this is a drawing from my Wednesday live stream. It will be available on my YouTube shortly, so subscribe to School of Sketching today. And this live stream will be all about frontal perspective. So you can use anything that you have handy now in your place. I'll be using Procreate in my new iPadPro. I recently got it, so I'm still getting myself familiar with Procreate. I'm really excited about this program. Please take a piece of paper, a pencil, a couple of maybe markers or a black liner if you will be using regular paper, or if you have an iPad Pro with Procreate or iPad mini, grab your iPad right now and start drawing with me. So basically you can use any materials that you want. You can even use colored pencils, markers, regular pens, anything you have. So I'm sure a lot of you familiar with the hashtag draw this in your style. So draw this in your style, and it's a really famous challenge here on Instagram, especially among illustrators, digital artists, character design artists, and I want to incorporate this beautiful hashtag into interior design drawing. So let's make this quick side note, and I'll put my name, so live stream by Olga Sorokina. That's me. Hello. Please let me please introduce yourself in the comments below. Where are you watching me from right now? I'm currently in Auckland, New Zealand, and let's dive deep into it. I hope you have your sketchbook or iPad or piece of paper and a pencil handy, because now we will be drawing together. Please let me know if you want me to make the screen a little bit closer to you, or if it's okay to draw like that. So I'll begin, and I'll be checking your comments from time to time. So here in this tutorial, of course, I'll not be explaining how to use iPad. Okay, so we are drawing here together live. I'll be explaining the concept of frontal perspective. So first, it is all about composition. I'll take this rectangular picture frame. I feel like I want to make it a little bit closer for you guys. I'll make this picture frame, and then we want to decide where we will locate our horizon line. So horizon line, it's actually the same as the eye level. So it's our position, and in this drawing it will be located 1/4 of the height of our drawing. So if this is the entire height, we want to split it into half, then again into half, and so basically we want to have 4 segments here, okay? And then we draw a line. So I'll clean it a little bit so there will be not too many unnecessary lines. So we are taking this 1/4. By the way, in Procreate it's really cool because you can make really super straight lines, and then we will locate our vanishing point. So it's gonna be here. So let's measure it. So 1, 2, 3. It's approximately 1/3 of our drawing. So this is the horizon line and this is our vanishing point. Okay. Next, we'll locate our biggest objects. We can do it really in a loose type of way. So we'll have a sofa located somewhere here. We'll have 2 tables probably. So we can draw here really relaxedly and loosely, as though we would be drawing with our pencil, right? So if you're drawing on iPad as well, as I am right now, you can imagine that you have a regular pencil, so very loosely we're locating the objects. So this is for the sofa, these are for the tables, so approximately like that. And then I put the picture. So let's say that here on the wall we'll have a picture hanging, and here probably we'll have some plants, something like that. So very loosely, okay? Then I create a new layer. If you're drawing it in regular pencil, you really want these lines to be very relaxed and loose. If you're drawing with me on iPad, I recommend you to work in different layers. Okay, and now when we are happy with our composition, and this is the most important part of our drawing, because here we set all the composition we want to make our sketch look in harmony, and all the objects positioned, we want them to be positioned great. So now it's time to quickly sketch the sofa. So let's say that we have a lovely yellow sofa here, and we quickly simply sketch it. Maybe I want to make it a little bit shorter here. So please let me know in the comments if you've ever tried iPad drawing before, or if you want to become familiar with iPad. Next, we want to keep in mind our vanishing points, and since this is the handle of our sofa, we want to draw these lines in the direction of the vanishing point. Okay, and then so this is frontal perspective, one of the most popular one among interior designers and architects, and it is one of the most important types of perspective for interior designers. The other one is a 2-point perspective. So sometimes 1-point perspective is called as a frontal perspective or frontal view, and 1-point perspective can be called an oblique view, for example. You can read more about basics of perspective on my blog at schoolofsketching.com. So you simply find there the blog section. So I'm pretty happy with the positioning of this sofa. So maybe I'll put its legs here. And next I will switching to these 2 lovely tables. So this one, I think I'll make it a little bit closer to the left, so it will be its border here, and we draw an oval. By the way, iPad, it lets us make really nice ovals like that, as you can see. yeah, so I think that's a good shape. And here we have its legs on the foreground. By the way, I think I'll make this background drawing even a little bit more transparent, so it will not distract us so much, and we can better see these black lines. Okay. Hi Shora, hi Natalia, hi Leons, Mia, Sony, Julia, hi everybody. Let me know in the comments where you're watching me from. I'm really excited to know where are we in the world right now, because I'm in Auckland, New Zealand right now. So this is our first table, and let's assume that its legs they are running as well to the vanishing point. Over there, and another set of legs is running like that. So this kind of design. And then we'll have a second side coffee table. It will be located here to the left, to the right, but first I want to locate the floor line. So here is one of the most important lines, so we don't lost ourselves. Hi Brooklyn, wow, that's amazing. Hello States, hello USA. Wonderful. USA, another one. That's great. Hello from New Zealand, hello from Southern Hemisphere. Alrighty. And you guys, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate and ask them in the comments, because at the end I'll rotate my camera and I'll do Q&A session, because right now my eyes are focusing on the drawing and I just check from time to time your comments. So next we want to draw this side table, and I do recommend you to first draw an oval shape in the air, kind of, so you make your hand work really quickly. And yes, with iPad you can achieve really perfect, as you can see, perfect ovals, but I'll not be cheating, and I'll make like a regular oval, something like that, because I want this hand rendering touch to the drawing. I don't want it to be too like perfect. And another oval, so it's very important to keep in mind the borders, and then we draw it. Please notice that this oval opens a little bit more in comparison with this one. Why is that happening? That's happening because of our horizon line. So the closer the ovals to the horizon line, the flatter they will appear. And when the oval reaches the horizon line, it will actually become flat. And the farther they are from the horizon line, the more open they become. So it's really important to remember when you are drawing interiors. So let's finish the design of this side table. I'll add some thickness to it. Okay, and basically the most important objects are already done. So finally I'll make a rectangular form for the picture hanging on the wall. And now the fun stuff starts, because now we'll be dealing with little objects, with the decor. So first, let's assume that here we have a nice little pillow. I call in my book this part of sketching, like enlivenings. Okay, so this first part, it was like the most important, like when we establish our composition and all the biggest objects, and now we're just having fun because we will add some nice little objects, like for example pillows. When I lived in Denmark and I studied Danish, they have a beautiful word for that. The word is hygge. So hygge means like a special kind of atmosphere, and it touches all different objects in person's life. It can be like in interior, it can be when you are hanging out with your friends. So this special atmosphere of coziness and calm, it's very calm and relaxed atmosphere. It's really, really very nice space to be in and nice people to be with. So here we have some pots. Maybe we'll have some plants like monstera or something like that. So since this is the challenge to draw this in your style, you can play with it. You can, by style, I mean that you can draw it on iPad in watercolor by using colored pencil. And of course, each of us has its own style, the same as our handwriting is different. Each of us has his own signature, right? And we are all different, and it's always reflected in the way we sketch. That's why it's so individual, and I love sketching so much because of that, because it brings this authenticity to the table in comparison with all 3D Maxa AutoCAD renderings, for example. All right, so probably now I want to add a couple of objects. Let's say here, maybe we'll have a sphere vases here. Maybe I want to put here a bunch of books. It's really very popular to put on a coffee table, and we always keep in mind our vanishing point. Okay, so these lines, they are running up to the vanishing point, so we want to double check ourselves. So a couple of books. And let's say that our floor will have will have timber flooring. So it's really easy if you first make a couple of marks here, and then you simply draw lines through them. Okay. Since it's sketching and not an academic drawing, I would be really happy if you feel loose and relaxed, and the biggest task for you is to feel like creative and happy while drawing. So please do not judge here yourself at all. Okay, this is our challenge. Even if you're drawing for the very first time in your life, please do not judge yourself. Okay, it's my official permission to you to draw however and whatever you want to draw, and not to judge yourself. All right, guys. Hi Svetlana, hi Interiors, Inna. And we are almost done with this second stage of our drawing. So let me remind you that the first stage was defining the basic composition, locating like the big forms. For example, we imagined that our sofa is like an oval form. We positioned our coffee tables, okay? And now this stage 2, it's also a linear drawing, but we introduce more details, as you can see. Thank you, Sedimentary Home. Thank you, Hiba. Hi, Prabha. And now, you guys, color. I'll start working in a new layer. And let's bring some beautiful yellow, for example. I will take a brush. Let's see what kind of brush. Maybe I'll do a brushing hard brush. Yes, I think it's quite good. And first, I always recommend to try it somewhere on the side. The same, even if you're working with marker drawing or watercolor drawing. So let me zoom out it a little bit. So Become an Interior asks how quick using iPad and hand drawing. Actually, I just got my iPad a couple of days ago, and I'll be publishing an unpacking video on my YouTube shortly. My YouTube is School of Sketching, the same name as my Instagram account. So I'm still getting familiar myself with an iPad drawing, and I find that it's approximately the same speed. So even now, because it's so much easier to make some changes to an iPad drawing, so I would say that probably in markers at this stage, since I just started using Procreate and I'm still getting familiar with the program itself. And of course, for me, it's not that hard because my background is, as you know, interior architecture. And when I was studying and when I was practicing as an interior designer and architect, working in different firms and companies, we used a lot of 3D Studio Max, ArchiCAD, like Revit, Photoshop, CorelDRAW, all this soft. So I'm pretty much familiar with the programs and with the soft. So getting familiar with an iPad and Procreate, it was kind of intuitive. So it took a lot of time. Didn't take a lot of time to understand some basic features. So I believe it's really intuitive, and I plan to shoot shortly this summer, I think a new online course on iPad drawing for interior designers in Procreate. So I'll be really excited to see you there. So when we start using any colors, like for example this green one, I instantly want to introduce it, for example, to the books, because this in general gives us gives the unity to the sketch, and it's really a really good thing. Also, another great thing that I love in iPad drawing is that you can zoom in all the objects, you can work on details. So next, I think I'll work with the pillows. Let's make them kind of grayish, something like that, because this interior reminds me of Scandinavian design. So in Denmark, when I lived in Denmark, I remember these interiors, and people really loved very limited color palettes in the interior, something like that. Plus I will put this color, but I'll make it more transparent. I'll put it here to the floor, and I want to make some shadows. So the very first shadow will be the shadow below the sofa. Let's make it a little bit more transparent below the sofa, and of course under the table. Let's make it even more transparent. under this table and under this one. So we imagine that our light source is coming from the left corner, somewhere from here. Next, let's put this, I want to put this layer on top so we can more clearly see all the details that I've done. And of course we want to introduce this grayish color somewhere else in the drawing, and here I'll put it to this lovely picture hanging on the wall, something like that. Some accents with black color, I think they will also look pretty well. Oh, I really love that when you pressure on an Apple Pencil, it gives you more intense color. So this here, the pressure is medium, here it's really light, and here it's really hard. So that's so cool. Wow, I'm starting to fall in love with iPad drawing. I think I want to make these lines a little bit thicker here to show the thickness. That's too much. Something like that, I think. Here and over there. Okay, so it's always great to have some dark, bold accents in your interior drawing, and they kind of hold the entire sketch together, not letting it to put into pieces. So let's say that we have a nice reflection here on the table. So I'll quickly sketch it. I'll make it a little bit darker around the vase. By the way, you guys, we are almost done with this drawing. I hope you are drawing with me right now, because at the end I will give you the hashtag. By the way, let me give it to you now. So the hashtag, so of course draw this in your style, but it's like a general hashtag, okay? And particularly for this lesson, the hashtag will be Sorokina students. So I'll check this hashtag, and I'm really excited to see your drawings from it. So very soon I'll check your comments. Right now I want to finish the drawing because I want to save my time and your time, not to make this live stream like an hour long. Oh yes, we have we should take an airbrush. Yes, this one, but let's make it a little bit thicker. So this is the bottom of the sofa. Maybe let's put a little separation here. Let's say that it's like a double sofa. Maybe we want to add a couple of folds here to give the sense of texture, like a fabric, nice texture. Some drop shadows from the pillows. So I'm simply pressing harder with my pencil. I really love how quickly shadows can enhance the drawing. Let's make these shadows a little bit bolder here. And this color, introducing it here. So I'm almost done. Time for some final accents. I will take my gray color, which I used in the pillows, and I want to introduce it to this lovely vase. As you can see, any shadows, they instantly give you this feeling of shape and form. You can see that it's a sphere, right? All right, so I think I'll be framing it already and doing some very, very final lines. So let's say that this is kind of a glass texture, and you can show glass by simply doing quick diagonal lines. So this is very famous among the architects, to quickly show the glass texture. And I feel like I want to make this vase a little bit more interesting, maybe add some texture to it, maybe something like that. And of course a little bit in the reflection, since this is a foreground, so we want to focus the attention of the viewer on the foreground. Let's make some drawing here on the front cover of the book. Put here maybe something like an author's name, and enhance the reflection a little bit more. So let's see, what do we want to add? Maybe some graphics here. By the way, this is also like a glass picture under the glass, so quickly showing the glass. And I want to make the frame for this picture a little bit bolder, because I feel like I need some more accents here in this drawing, some nice bold accents. Like that, and probably I'll introduce a drop shadow from it. So it will be, it's too wide, so probably something like that. And I'll introduce it to the wall. So since we have our light coming from the left, the majority of light on the wall will be locating here. So I'll be shadowing this part a little bit, just quickly and a little bit. Also, we can put this color more to the flooring area. We can make it even a little bit darker to kind of ground everything here. All right, probably I should be doing that in another layer, so let me put it here, because I want the layer with our lines. I want it to be on top of it. So finally I will frame the drawing. Let's give it a final look. Maybe we want to add something, like I want to add something white here. Some white textures, right? So it's the same as, for example, if you would be adding a white ink gel pen at the very end of of your interior sketch with markers. So it has kind of very similar effect. So I'm applying a little bit of texture to give the feeling of this textile. And again, take a look of how I'm applying these lines in the direction of the vanishing point. So remember, this is our 1 point perspective. We have our vanishing point here. So I want to make this sofa a little bit more precise. And you guys, I really can't wait to see your drawings from this challenge, from this live stream. Remember to use 2 hashtags. Draw this in your style. You can use anything you want. It can be an iPad drawing as well. It can be watercolor. It can be markers. Anything. Some timber to the floor. So let's see what else we can add. Oh, that was bright. Let's say that we have some accents here. We don't want to put a lot of texture, timber texture, in the drop shadow of under our coffee table. So we are focusing on the lighting area. All right, I think we are done, my dear creatives. So finally I will frame it. I'll make final frame for this drawing. It's too bold. So let's say it will be something like that. And of course, I always do recommend you to put your name on top of your sketch, especially in our day and age of Instagram and Pinterest. So so this is sketch, that's too thin. Sketch by Olga Sorokina. I want to put this layer on very top so we can clearly see everything. All right, and now it's time for Q&A. Please let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this live stream and if you would love to see more of this. And I can't wait to see your drawings, so make sure to use the hashtag draw this in your style when you post your drawing on your Instagram, and the hashtag Sorokina Students. You can find this hashtag in the description of my bio. All right, and now you guys, I'll be rotating my screen. So I'll rotate my screen quickly. For now, I'm waiting for your questions and I'll check your comments because I was focusing on the drawing itself. So quickly, let me turn the rotate the camera. Oh, by the way, let me rotate it. Okay. Hi guys, how are you doing? Hope you can see me properly. Oh, that's me. Hi everybody. A couple of technical moments so I can see all of you pretty well. Hope you can see me. Oh, something happened to my hair while I was drawing. Alright, so now I'm ready to check your comments. Привет, Larissa. Hello, Larissa. Hi. Love it. Learned so much today. Thank you. Would love to see more. Thank you, Sedimentary Home. Thank you so much for feedback. become an interior color. Oh, thank you. So Svetlana asks in Russian, I'll translate it to you guys. Is it possible to make a couple of accents in your drawing? Of course, yes, but remember to keep this balance in your drawing. So we always want to think about three things. Like the protagonist of your drawing, think about it as a theater, right? So you are watching like a musical or something, and there is the main hero, right? The protagonist of the drawing. This is normally either the center of your composition in the sketch, or it's something on the foreground. Okay, so you want to put the most amount of attention, love, and details, accents into this part, into this protagonist of your interior sketch. Then we have a couple of personages who are playing really very important role in this play, and these can be your secondary accents. And finally we have like the mass of people who are creating like the crowd maybe in this play in the theater, right? So you want to have the same approach in your drawing. But I love to focus, I really love to do very quick sketch, so usually I have just a couple of accents in my drawing. Hiba writes, your lines are so perfectly done. I'm always in love with your works. Thank you, Hiba, it's so nice of you. All right. Let me check other questions. Oh, we have people from Peru, from USA here today, Brooklyn, New York. Wow. Hey. And hello from New Zealand, where I'm currently in. I'm Japanese, so please draw a Japanese room next time. Oh, that's a great idea. Maybe we should do an interior style challenge, something like that. So we draw interiors in different styles, like classic, baroque, Japanese, maybe even kitsch, minimalistic, fusion, something like that. Interiors in I love your work. How long have you been sketching? So in terms of interior sketching, I started to do it professionally when I was a first grade student at my art academy back in St. Petersburg, Russia. So it was a long time ago. It was 2004, so I was studying interior architecture for 6 years. So I was studying from 2004 till 2010. So I graduated from my art academy and in 2010, so 6 years of interior study, and professionally, I mean, I started making money on interior design drawing commissions. For example, when I was in my 3rd year of studying interior architecture, I got a couple of commissions, first from my friends who were interior designers at the time. Then they spread the word, and more architecture firms and companies knew that I do interior sketch commissions. And long story short, when my husband and I we moved to Copenhagen, Denmark in 2014, I started my business, my online school of sketching. I started teaching interior design drawing. So for now I have quite a long, quite a rich experience in drawing interior sketches, and I really love sharing it with you guys. All right, I think I'll stop my live stream here today. Thank you so much for joining this live stream, and please remember to use the hashtag draw this in your style, and the second hashtag Sorokina students. You will find it in the description in my bio here on Instagram, so I can check your drawings. All right, you guys, so please grab your pencil and paper and watch this live stream one more time, or start from the very beginning if you just joined. Hi Arc, Fabrizio, thank you KTDM, thank you everybody, and can't wait to see your drawings. Bye for now.